Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at your most memorable features of your physical appearance. So please be aware when we're looking at physical appearances, and this is a general reading where so many of you are watching, only take what resonates, leave the rest, because we all have different features and look differently. So yeah, take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from today. For pile number 1, we have purple agate. And we have the card magic. For pile number 2, we have strawberry obsidian. And we have letting go. And for pile number 3, we have this blue lace agate heart. And we have the card awareness. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this purple agate crystal and the magic card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your most memorable features of your physical appearance. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially since this is a reading where so many of you are watching. So we all have different features. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's get out your oracle cards first. But before we do that, I do have a small favor to ask from you, my pile number 1s. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted before, and if you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful for anyone that supports the channel. Okay, so spirit guides on my pile number 1s. Spirit guides on my pile number 1s. May we please look into my pile number 1's most memorable features of their physical appearance. My pile number 1's most memorable features of their physical appearance. So at the back of the deck we do have light, which is quite interesting. When I tapped into the energy of your pile, I kept seeing light bulbs. So I would say one of the most memorable features, well, this is not a feature, this is kind of the effect your look has, is you can inspire others. You have very creative and innovative ideas when it comes to your fashion, when it comes to your style. You're very inspirational and you give people a lot of ideas. You could even be seen as a trendsetter. So your most memorable features would maybe not, the first one isn't like necessarily something about your face or anything like that, but maybe about the way you dress up and your fashion and your style, where people would really remember it and they kind of want to take inspiration from it later on. But you also have a lot of light within you where a lot of people see you to shine like a star, to be someone that really stands out in some way. And I think for you, your features stand out, but your energy is magical as well, which brings a whole nother glow to you that can't be described. So we have the card acceptance. We have go with the flow. We have truth. And we have positivity. Now let's get your tarot cards. So spirit guides on my pile number 1s. Spirit guides on my pile number ones. Their most memorable qualities, please. We have the Knight of Pentacles with green jasper. We have the Three of Swords with shungite. We have the Ace of Cups with Coralto calcite. The Four of Cups with pink halite. The Emperor with lapis lazuli. Their most memorable features and qualities: the World with turquoise. The Eight of Wands with blue lace agate. And I feel one extra card, Ten of Pentacles with emerald. I did notice the Lovers is popping out with the King of Cups and Three of Cups at the back of the deck. So my pile number one, Spirit is bringing to my attention the feeling that your physical appearance is not just measured by one specific trait. You have multiple beautiful traits and features from your physical appearance that make you you. And all of them fit together like a puzzle piece. All of them match each other well. And I'd say your physical appearance is kind of like a painting. Spirit is showing me a painting, a work of art, where we're not going to look at just one part of the painting. Where we're not going to look at just the one part of the painting. And going back to that star-like energy, you definitely have a star quality to your look. Where one could easily mistaken you for, like a celebrity or someone that is in the public eye. I'm not just saying that to flatter you, but when we see a star-like quality in someone's beauty, that's what I automatically think of. And I just received a notification, so I'm going to take that as confirmation here. And I feel as though some of you may have dealt with feelings of wanting to reach a state of perfection, to see that beauty within yourself. And what Spirit is letting me know here, that the more and more you're accepting yourself, the more and more you're loving yourself internally for who you are, and even your external appearance, like there's some things that we just can't change or fix. But when we learn to see the beauty in it and accept it as it is, then we can really find us coming back to this place of sovereignty and internal power within, where we see ourselves with this beauty, with this glow, even when we didn't see it before. So there is a beauty in finding self-acceptance. And the more and more you have been finding self-acceptance, my pile number ones, the more and more you've been loving yourself and looking in the mirror and seeing love. Looking in the mirror and noticing all your beautiful qualities that you love instead of the qualities that we dislike. The more and more you are going to shine like that star, and the more and more people are going to notice you. And when you ask them what is memorable about your look, they're not really going to know what to say, because it's kind of like Spirit is showing me, like a concert. We go to a concert and we're so happy to be there that we notice a million things that we liked about that concert. And when somebody's asking us, we get so excited and we want to tell them everything we noticed. So I feel like your memorable qualities, features are... there's a lot, is what I want to say. And people would get excited to explain that to you, if that makes sense. I feel like some of it also comes from you being in your authentic truth. Because as I mentioned before, I think one of the most memorable things is your fashion style, the way you express yourself. And I don't think it's just the clothes. Because Spirit is saying the clothes don't wear you, you wear the clothes. You're almost like a work of art in your self-expression. You're showing off parts of your personality and parts of who you are in your self-expression, and you're living in your truth as you do that. And it's not just the clothes that define it, but it's more so the self-expression of you just being you in the world and expressing yourself that makes it memorable. It's like you're putting your own creativity into it. Because I feel like this pile's very creative, like with their hair, with their makeup, with their style and aesthetic. And I'd say that's very memorable because you're putting your own energy and essence into it, and you're having fun and you're being creative, and it truly makes you happy. So I feel for you, you know, when you walk out into the world, into the public, when you feel good about yourself, when you feel happy about yourself, you're going to draw others to you like a magnet. You're going to shine bright like a star, where everyone will notice you. And Spirit is showing me Marilyn Monroe. You know, she had this thing about her where her actual name was Norma Jean, and when she was being her normal self, like, people would walk past, but then when she put on the persona of Marilyn Monroe and the energy just changed, nothing about her clothes or hair changed, then people would notice her. So I almost feel this energy of, like, when you're truly embodying this confidence in yourself, when you're truly loving what you see in the mirror, speaking to yourself with love and positivity and finding joy in self-expression, that is when you're going to get noticed most by others. That is when others are going to really find you the most memorable. I hope that makes sense. It didn't really answer my question here, but let's look into your qualities and features. So I'd say one quality or feature that is most memorable to others is your magical and ethereal kind of beauty. I'm seeing other people look at you in awe, see this glow around you, see this light radiate, and this glow radiate from within, going to the external. And Spirit is bringing to my attention the movie Stardust, and the woman that played the main character, she basically fell and she was a star, and she fell down to earth, and she just had this beautiful glow around her. So Spirit is showing me that as an example and the way people see you, and people just see you with this awe. Spirit is showing me the painting again. So you kind of have that memorable feature of being so ethereal, being someone with a lot of light, being someone that shines like a star in all your features and qualities. And I feel like that's what people notice first. Then people start to notice and remember this kind of romantic, sensual kind of quality or vibe you exude from your beauty, because regardless of your gender, I feel like this pile has like a romantic kind of appearance to them, where I used Marilyn Monroe as an example, and she does have that quite romantic essence to her in her beauty, but she also has a little bit of like that cuteness to her face. But I feel like this pile has that romantic essence as well as that sensual appearance, where you can be quite tempting to others and quite seductive to others. But yeah, so like there's the sexiness here in terms of your features that people remember the most. And I don't think it's a specific feature, I think it's you in general, in your physical appearance, and you have this way of being able to make people mesmerized by you. You have this way of hypnosis or seduction with the way you move, with the way that you are, with the way that you kind of like, I'm even seeing someone flutter their eyelashes or move a certain way. And it's just you in general. It's not a specific feature. And it makes people want to crush on you. It makes people want to form relationships to you. It makes people very intrigued by you. So I'd say that's more so like the vibe people get from your qualities, from your beauty, from your physical appearance. That's what people remember the most. And then if we have to look at your actual features, I feel like this pile is my pile of people that have a curve to them, a curviness. So if you are quite slim in terms of your body, you could have a curve shape to it by the chest area and the behind area for my women. And if you are quite voluptuous, I almost hear goddess-like, then this is your pile. Like your body is like goddess-like. Regardless of the way that it looks, because we all have different shapes and sizes, but there's a kind of curve here. So I see very voluptuous people, and I see like a curviness even if you're quite slim. And I see a kind of mouth-watering effect your body has on others. So I'd say one of your most memorable features of your physical appearance is your body and how it makes people feel. It has like that element of seduction to it, and how your body moves, how your hips move when you walk, for my woman. For the men watching here, I feel like your body also has an element of seduction to it and a sexiness to it, but in a different way. So Spirit keeps just showing me hearts. Hearts everything, like a heart cake, heart handbag, heart blah 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 blah. So again, that romantic essence is coming through. Not necessarily the specifics of like a heart bag, but what Spirit is basically showing me is this romantic essence where it makes people want to crush on you, where it makes people gain romantic feelings towards you, or like I said, an element of seduction here. So regardless of if you're a man or a woman or non-binary, it doesn't matter what your body looks like, it just makes people want to crush on you. And I'd say that is what's memorable about it, that sexiness. Okay, I'd say the most memorable quality you also have, feature you have, is your smile. Whether you smile with your teeth or whether you just smile like a normal cute smile, there's something about your smile that lights up the whole room, especially when you're really excited, when you're in a really good mood, when you're really just having fun, laughing. The sound of your laughter, the sound of your voice too, with lapis lazuli here. There's something about that is quite memorable to others. So, with your smile, like I said, it lights up the whole room. And when you're really in this positive, happy mood, it makes others very drawn to you. It makes others want to be around you. And what's memorable about it is seeing that beautiful happiness on your face, seeing that glow radiate on your face. I'd say with your voice, it varies from person to person. I feel like some of you have quite cute voices, whereas some of you have voices that are more bold and expressive, where it's like when you speak, you demand attention without saying it, or your presence demands attention when you walk into the room. That's what I'm getting here. And again, with the lion, when you're really embodying courage and confidence, the courage to be yourself, to be your true self in the world, not just with your self-expression of your fashion and everything like that, but also like with your expression of speaking and being yourself out in public. That is very memorable too. It adds to your beauty, is what I'm getting here. When you're bold, when you're truly confident in yourself, it's like others notice you more. You're wearing that crown and you're seeing your own power. And then it makes others notice you more, and it makes others find you even more memorable. Self-love is really coming through quite strongly. And I'm seeing little things like handbags again. So something about the handbags you wear for the woman here is very memorable. Your clothes, as I mentioned before. I'm even seeing shoes. So again, fashion style, jewelry is coming up quite strongly. Also, your eyes. There's something very memorable about your eyes, because I'm hearing, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And when people look into your eyes, there's something about you having this very cute expression on your face, and they really want to listen to you more and speak to you more and get to know who you are. And then when they're looking into your eyes, they just find you so cute. But they also, I see like a lot of people starting to form crushes on you when they look into your eyes, because your eyes are just very beautiful or handsome. And if you have different colored eyes, like I see blue eyes, green eyes, people could really kind of like enjoy looking into your eyes. And if you have brown eyes, there's something, or hazel eyes, or more of like a warm colored eyes, there's something about people really feeling like your eyes are warm and friendly and so beautiful. I'd say your look kind of makes people feel like they're under a magic spell, like where they just can't take their eyes off of you. That's what I'm getting here. And I'd say your nose is quite memorable too, your lips. I think all your facial features, even your cheeks. Because the way I'm seeing it in terms of how other people look at you is, if one feature was to change, it would throw off the whole look. It's like every feature you have on your face matches each other perfectly. It's like when you were created by God, it's like perfection, flawless, even if you don't see yourself that way. And I feel like when you really see your face as flawless and perfect as the way it is, then again, other people will see it that way. Where there's nothing to change is what I'm getting here. You can't make it look more perfect than what it already is. And I feel like you're quite pleasurable to look at. People take a lot of pleasure in looking at you. They like to look at you. They like to admire you. And I get this Venusian energy from you. That energy of Venus, the energy of art is coming through. Where it's like, the planet Venus is a planet of love, beauty. It's associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, where she's the most beautiful goddess of them all. And it's also associated with art, aesthetics, things like that. So, imagine looking at an artwork and just finding it so good to look at. Or imagine looking at a venue or a place with a beautiful view, where you just admire the beautiful view. Or it's kind of giving me that vibe or impression where it's not in a superficial way where people don't want to look at other people, but it's like, for you, it's really nice to look at you because you're so beautiful, because you're so handsome. It's pleasurable to look at you where people want to keep looking and admiring. And I think that's kind of just human nature, where we like to look at beautiful things and admire beautiful things. And you're very beautiful, my pal number ones. That's really what I'm getting here. I think your hands and nails are also quite memorable. If you're someone that speaks with your hands, that could be something too. And the way clothes fit so perfectly on your body, I feel like you look very put together all the time. Where people think you look very put together, neat, tidy, clean. You can even walk out of the house for my woman here without makeup and still look very put together. You have a natural beauty to you, but when you wear makeup, it accentuates your natural beauty even more. And I feel like because you're just going with the flow, because you're just being yourself out in public, being your positive self, others start to quickly notice you. Like the whole world wants to look at you. That's kind of what I'm getting here. You also look very free in terms of your physical appearance, and that's very memorable because you don't look like you are struggling with loving yourself to the outside world. You look like you are very comfortable with expressing yourself, and you look like you're very comfortable with who you are, like you've accepted who you are, you know, when you look into the mirror, but also in terms of personality traits. I feel like it's very memorable because people want to be around you. People want to form relationships to you. People notice you and you inspire them also with your own self-love journey, with how you're able to accept yourself. That inspires others. You know, when you're happy, when you're positive. I don't think people are just looking at your beauty. People are looking at someone that is enjoying life and find beauty within that. And then they find enjoyment within life. I think your beauty is more than just your physical appearance. It also has to do with your energy, with who you are on the heart level, where people start to form a deep love towards you, you know, when they start to get to know you. And I think it's more than just the physical appearance. It's the light that shines out from within that is most memorable. And then it reflects on your physical appearance, where you're just even more magnetic. So this is what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose the strawberry obsidian crystal and the card letting go, this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at your most memorable features of your physical appearance. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially because there are so many of you watching and we all look different. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. So for this pile, when I was using my clairvoyancy and tapping into the energies, skip over this message if you're not over the age of 18. I kept seeing sexual images in my mind. Whether you are a man or a woman, there is a very seductive energy that you exude from your physical appearance. You're very magnetic and sexy. If you're a woman, I feel like it's your body that people notice first and people find very memorable. It's your sexiness that people remember the most. Where you kind of give me this energy of like a fantasy. And for my woman here, there's something about the chest area. I don't mean to make this reading sound creepy, but it's like when people look at you, they remember the sexiness they see from you. And, you know, if you're a man, there's something about your body too that people notice. And Spirit is also showing me the movie Malina. And I think when I watched the movie, you know, it just showed this woman that is so beautiful, where everybody notices her. Everybody looks at her. You know, she's a woman where every man notices her and looks at her. Like, even when she's walking by, even the married men have noticed her. So it's like, I'm not saying it's okay, because I think married people shouldn't be looking at other people, but there's something here about you attracting all kinds of people because you're just so sexy that, like, how can you help it? You know what I mean? How can you help who looks at you? So I feel like, you know, when you're walking out in public, everybody just remembers seeing this very sexy person, and they can't help but feel attracted to you, is what I'm getting. Okay, spirit guides on my pile number 2s. I'm also seeing Anne Hathaway when she played in that movie. I'm trying to remember. The Princess Diaries? Yeah. and she had the glow up. So I don't know if some of you have had a glow up within your life and people remember that kind of change and transition you had. And even if you didn't necessarily have a physical glow up, maybe some of you did, but if it was an internal glow up, it could be that you're even more magnetic and sexy now because of that glow up internally, where you've let go of certain things, transformed yourself, and because of that, you're becoming more attractive. Because of that healing work you've done internally, you've become more attractive externally. Spirit is showing me like this. Okay, well, let's say we have a diamond. You're this diamond, and we had to put pressure on this diamond for this diamond to become the diamond. But this diamond was sitting here doing its own internal work, thinking, how can I really shine the brightest? How can I become the diamond I want to be? And it's sitting there, and as it's sitting there, dust collects on it. And then before this diamond is about to go out into the world, we need to clear all the dust away so this diamond can really shine its brightest. And Spirit is almost using the dust as a metaphor for, all the pain you've carried in this lifetime, past lifetime, ancestral pain that you've carried being cleared away, dusted away, so this diamond can really shine bright. And as you've gone on your healing journey, as you've let go of the dust, you can really shine bright like the diamond you are. That's what I'm getting here. If you were drawn to pile number 1, I suggest you watch it. If not, that's okay, because I said to them they shine bright like a star. But you are coming through like a diamond energy. So we have support. We actually have one extra card than I expected, so let me just do this so that I can see the image. Re-energize, healing, miracles, and free spirit. So I'll make sure everything's in frame in a minute. We do have ask for help at the back of the deck, so I feel like your beauty, your physical appearance, makes people want to help you and be kind to you in some way. Spirit guides of pile 2, their most memorable features of their physical appearance, please. So we have the 9 of Swords with black onyx. We have the King of Cups with sugalite. We have the 5 of Cups with pink tourmaline. The Knight of Swords with copper. The High Priestess with labradorite. The 7 of Swords with silver. And I'm noticing the 5 of Wands is at the back of the deck. Queen of Pentacles is popping out with gold. So yeah, you're like this gold, shiny gold that everybody notices. I think that's all the tarot cards I'm going to use. And since we do have the 5 of Wands at the back of the deck, there's this energy of you having that type of physical appearance that is so noticed and seen by others that others get very jealous. Even with the 7 of Swords, others get very jealous and want to compete with you. And that's what some people remember, because we're doing your memorable qualities and features. So some people just remember trying to compete with you and trying to be better than you and trying to steal your shine away. Because I'm kind of getting this feeling of like, let's say you're a diamond and they're gold. Gold can't really compete with the diamond because they're of 2 very different natures. Just like a sunflower can't compete with a rose. They have two different types of beauty to it that can't be compared, but you've had a lot of people compare themselves to you because of your beauty that you shine out to the world. And I think you already intuitively know this with the High Priestess. You've dealt with this a lot of your life where people have just acted differently towards you because you're just so sexy. that it's like they feel like they can't compete with you. So we mentioned sexiness, my pile twos, and I'm even looking at this man's body here. So if you're a man, there's something about your body. If you're a woman, something about your body. Either way, regardless of your gender, there's something about your body that is very sexy and memorable, where it's sort of like other people would strive to have what you have. When I look at your features and traits of your physical appearance, the reason why it's so memorable is because others would strive to look like you. And that's not always bad. It can come through as inspiration and it can come through as competition. Depending on the type of person they are, depending on how they feel about themselves. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the way they feel about themselves. So in essence, you making them jealous of you, you're not really making them jealous of you. They're becoming jealous of you as a result of their own insecurities that lie within. And you're triggering those insecurities for them to heal it within themselves. So if we look at it from that perspective and not a negative perspective of like, they're so jealous of me, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it doesn't excuse any negative behaviors towards you where you are allowed to cut those people out of your life, because I feel like you are one that's quick to cut and let people go if they get on your bad side. But it's like, it's teaching them something for their own growth. But others will also be inspired by you and find you quite memorable in a way where they'd strive to be more like you, not just in terms of physical appearance, but in terms of personality and your healing journey and your transformation and who you are as a person. You're very inspirational to others. And I feel like there's something about your look that comes through as quite bougie, extravagant. I'm seeing like stacks of cash and money. So you look quite expensive and luxurious and glamorous within the way that you look. And something about that vibe you exude to the world is quite memorable. And I'm even looking at the fox here and I'm getting the vibe of like you being quite foxy. As I say foxy, I'm thinking of Megan Fox and how sexy she was in that movie. Well, in all of her movies, she just has that kind of sex appeal to her. So I'm getting that vibe from you over and over and over again. Maybe something about the way you dress, the jewelry you wear too, is quite memorable to others. And I feel like you're also just very independent. You're coming through as this free-spirited person. Some of you could be quite rebellious in a way where you're living life for you. You're not living life for other people. You're following your own heart. You're following your own path. And you're not living life to please others. And because of that, there is even more magnetism you exude. There's even more sexiness here because of that. I feel like your free-spirited nature makes you seem like a very unique person, makes you seem like a very free individual where nothing is holding you down or holding you back in terms of thoughts, worries, fears, doubts. You're letting go of that completely to step into the most powerful version of yourself. And I'm kind of getting this pile was like a crab going back into hiding, like I'm imagining a crab going under rocks and being in that darkness and then coming back out into the world. For some reason my phone just dropped, so maybe that's confirmation. Almost like I'm almost imagining, when you walk out into a place and people are dropping things, people are being clumsy because they're just so shocked by you going back into hiding and then coming back out into the world, a new and renewed, healed person. So that glow up keeps coming up here, either an internal glow up where you've been healing yourself and it's been a miracle to you where you seem more free now, Or some of you have been focusing on your career, and as you come back out into the world after being in this mode of focus on yourself and your goals and your achievements, then you come back out into the world a new and improved version of self. Or some of you have been focusing on your physical health, on your physical fitness, gymming, eating healthy, drinking more water, and taking care of your physical vessel. And when you came back out into the world, it's like people are shocked and clumsy, dropping their things because they're just so shocked by the way that you look. So something about a glow up is memorable, either internally, physically, or to do with your goals and achievements, a level up. I feel like some of you have cat-like features or almond eyes. There's something about your hair that's also very memorable, where others would wish to have hair like yours. I'm seeing especially very dark hair in this pile, because over here these 3 people have black hair. Here she has like a black hair that almost looks blue. Over here we see dark hair too, but there's also some blonde hair here, so I guess, and brown hair here, so that I guess there's a variety of people watching. But I feel for most people watching, you have quite dark hair that people like. Something about your hairstyle, something about the length of your hair, where others would wish to have that. Like maybe some of you have curly hair, and other people, for example, are like, oh, I wish I had curly hair like them. Or some of you have straight hair, or just do very cute hairstyles where other people would wish to have hair like you. Or some of you just have very soft hair. There's something about your hair that really defines your look. I'm almost getting like the energy of your hair accentuating your beauty even more. I feel like your skin is also a memorable quality you have in terms of your physical appearance. There's something about your skin looking very moisturized, looking very good and soft, where people want to touch it. And if you were to ask others, they would remember like wanting to touch your arms or your skin or something like that. If you are a woman and you ever wear clothes that, for example, show off your back, people may remember that. I don't think it's just the clothes they remember on you, but the way your clothes look on your body. Like I'm even seeing someone wear clothes, a woman here where, maybe a little bit of cleavage is showing and it's very sexy, or something about your body, the shape of your body showing through the clothes. Something about that is showing through. Or, for example, I'm even seeing some people here, when you go to the beach or a pool and you're in your bikini, or for the men here, like when you're in somewhere, there's something about people really finding your body quite mouth-watering in some way, jaw-dropping in some way, where they want to keep staring at you. So that sexiness keeps coming through, and like the way clothes fit on your body, where it shows off your body. I don't think it's just the clothes. I think it's the way the clothes look on you specifically. Because Spirit is showing me, there's times where, like, let's say you'll borrow someone something and the clothes look like it was just made for them. It's kind of like that energy where people aren't just looking at the clothes you're wearing, they're looking at how it looks on you. I feel like there's something here about your emotional nature affecting the way your physical appearance looks. Spirit is clairvoyantly showing me some videos I've watched before. I came across some videos on Instagram Reels, and I don't have much knowledge on this topic, so I'm just gonna speak of what I do know. But I came across this woman, I think, that was speaking about how, our facial expressions can become a part of our face. So she was showing something about like people that are very angry. It can, like let's say their face is like that most of the time. When they grow older, their face actually changes to that facial expression. Or when a person is very happy and then they have those smile lines as they grow older, because their face and muscles are moving in that direction most of the time. I don't know how to properly explain it to you, but I'm seeing something along those lines where your emotional nature reflects on your face. And because you're letting go of a lot of negative emotions, quote unquote negative emotions, like fear, anxiety, worry, self-doubt, disappointment, sadness, grief, anger, pain, whatever emotions you're healing from, you're letting go of it. And as you're letting go of it, you're inviting in healing, you're inviting in miracles, you're inviting in this kind of free energy where you can show up in the world with this relaxed face, with this emotionally balanced and regulated state, and you look at peace, you look free. Based off your face, you look like you're glowing again. You look like you're becoming the diamond you were always meant to be. And that's kind of the vibe Spirit is showing me, like your face has changed where you look more at peace with yourself, where you look more free. And I think something about that is memorable to people because they can see your face has changed in the most beautiful way. And even if a physical change hasn't happened with your face, your emotional nature has changed, and therefore you look and show up differently in the world. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing a lot. And I'm seeing a lot of self-love here and letting go of self-doubt. Letting go of inner criticism. I think for you, as I'm looking at these mirrors here, people like to look at you. I feel like your face is also, it has that kind of striking kind of look to it where people want to keep looking and staring. I'm looking at this woman look over her shoulder, and I'm imagining myself as a stranger looking at her in public. And there's something about your eyes that are drawing people in, like the way you look at them from your eyes, like if you ever look at people, and the way you look at them, it's like your face is drawing people in, where people kind of like, I don't know how to explain this, but energetically it's like you draw people in, and then people want to know more about you, where people want to like kind of get to know you and understand who you are. But then there's this feeling of shyness, like, can I really go up to this person and talk to them? And it's kind of like, I feel like, I don't know if this is okay to say, but I feel like you're kind of seducing me with your eyes, with your energy and drawing me to you, where I need to take steps towards you, but I don't know why. And that's how I explain the memorability here. And I feel like a lot of what I'm channeling here is people that are attracted to you in an essential way. As we saw before in the beginning, I kept seeing like sexy images in my mind. So I feel like that's kind of like the effect you have on people. And I don't feel like I've properly answered your question of your most memorable features, but I feel like I even saw this in pile 1, where it's not like a specific feature that stands out. It's everything about you, and I think it's also your energy with the High Priestess mixed with this kind of overall sexiness you have. But if I had to say your most memorable qualities, it would be your body, it would be your hair, your eyes. And that's what I'm really getting here. So this is your reading, pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this blue lace agate heart crystal and the awareness card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your most memorable features of your physical appearance. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest, especially because we all look different and this is a general reading where so many of you are watching, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe, so if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. Okay, so as I close my eyes and get a little bit of clairvoyant messages here, Spirit is showing me your nails. So I don't know if this pile likes to get their nails done, but I'm seeing some of you do, where people really like to look at it and they remember it when they go home and they're like, ooh, I love their nails. Like for the women here, or for those that get their nails done, there's something about that, especially like if you wear nail polishes or if you get your nails done in a salon, something about that is coming through. I'm looking at her hair here and it looks kind of bleached to me, because I don't think anybody could really get white hair like this. So maybe some of you like to bleach your hair or get different hair colors and hair dye, and something about that is very memorable. And if it doesn't resonate, it's okay, there will be more messages. I also saw eyes clairvoyantly. There's something about your eyes that are very memorable, and this is what a lot of people feel when they look at you, but they don't quite say it to you. I feel for this pile, people think that you are already aware of how beautiful you are, where people want to give you the compliments, but they don't, they shy away from it because they think that you already know. I'm kind of getting that vibe from this pile. And also, as I use my clairvoyancy, I'm seeing that this pile is very photogenic. So there's something about people remembering your photos. You know, when they look at social media and they look at you, they remember the photos you post. They remember the way that you look in those photos. And going back to your eyes, I'm seeing eyelashes. This pile could have very nice eyelashes and eyes. And something about if you wear eye makeup, it can accentuate your eyes even more. Like, for example, if you wear eyeliner or different eyeshadows or glitters or anything of the sorts, it can really accentuate your eyes even more. Or I'm seeing even somewhere lash extensions here. I'm kind of seeing that. So let's go ahead and pull your cards. So spirit guides of my pile number 3s. Spirit guides of my pile number 3s. Their most memorable features of their physical appearance. So we have miracles. Their most memorable features: acceptance, love, and breaking free. Okay. And we do have letting go at the back of the deck. This is pile 2's card. But I do feel like your energy, there are like similarities here to pile 1 and 2 at the same time. So if you were drawn to all 3 piles and you do have the time to watch all 3, then, you know, you can do that. But if not, it's also okay, because I'm sure your pile has its own uniqueness to it, where maybe there are some similarities here and there, but I feel like as I tap into the energy, your pile is very unique in its own way, where I feel like it's not just a mix of pile 1 and 2, it's more so your own energy, but having similarities to pile 1 and 2. So it just means that there's more energies here, more of a vast energy here. So spirit guides of pile number 3s. I think my entire deck is upside down. Their most memorable features of their physical appearance, please. Ace of Cups with Coralto Calcite. Strength with Carnelian. I'd say your pile is most similar to pile 1 if I had to choose. The Empress with Chrysocolla. So if you had trouble picking a pile, this could be why. You know, you could have found messages in all 3 piles. The Star with Moldavite. We have the 5 of Swords with Smoky Quartz. Nine of Pentacles with Budstone in the reverse. And the Fool in the reverse with Green Aventurine. At the back of the deck, we have the Sun with Citrine. So I feel this very Venusian energy from this pile in terms of your beauty and physical appearance. I mean, we have the Empress here, which is Venus energy. Whenever I see the Empress in a reading like this, I see just a very beautiful person, very conventionally attractive in a way to others. And with love here and the Ace of Cups, you definitely have that type of Venusian essence, romantic essence to your beauty, where it makes people want to crush on you and fall in love with you. And I'd say something about that is quite memorable, because I'm almost hearing Lana Del Rey's music in the back of my mind, but a specific song of hers where she's like, put me on a movie or something like that. I don't know if it goes like that exactly. I haven't listened to her music in a while, but there's something about you where it's like people see you and they could imagine you in a romance movie, in a rom-com movie, because you have that type of look to you that is so beautiful. And like when you smile, there's something about your smile that's so memorable. Your hands too, as I mentioned before, they came up. Your nails, your smile, you have that type of girl or boy next door type of look to you, but also that kind of look to you that makes people want to crush on you. There is some sexiness here, but it's not overpowering to your look. You still look quite cute at the same time. So there's like a mix of cuteness and sexiness here, but I'd say the sexiness here is here, but it's like people don't want to come on too strong towards you. People don't want to make you uncomfortable by telling you these things. So I feel like when people look at you, they try to not be as attracted to you as they already are. They try to hide it. But then eventually they come to acceptance of it, because I feel like this pile, people start crushing on you out of nowhere, even when they try not to. I'm even feeling like this pile could have had friends that have crushed on them, that have tried not to, or have felt attracted to them, if not crushing. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I am. Like I said, your look or physical attractiveness makes people want to crush on you, makes people want to be with you romantically in love. And even if they try to break away from that feeling of attraction, they can't break away from it. Okay, so I'd say there's a cuteness to your face and your smile and your cheeks, and like, again, it's like people want to fall in love with your face. That's what I'm getting here. So as I use my clairvoyancy, I'm seeing beautiful flowers like roses, tulips, beautiful flowers. So you can have a beauty that is like a flower, always blooming, always growing, always becoming more beautiful, where it's like people see you like that beautiful flower there that they want to pick and keep it forever in their home. That's what I'm getting here. And even with the Empress here, we see this plant that is always growing. So I feel like what's quite memorable about your beauty is that it always grows and becomes more and more and more and more. And there's something about your scent too, because I'm smelling a very beautiful scent. And when I think of smelling flowers as well, they smell very good. And now I'm getting tongue-tied. So you could have people get quite tongue-tied over you. Okay, and it's not like a feeling of intimidation by you, but it's a feeling of wanting to impress you, that they stutter and stumble over their words sometimes, or they're scared that they're going to do it, that they sort of have to practice their words in their mind before they speak to you. And like I said, what is memorable about your physical appearance is people will look at you. 2 years later, they look at you on social media and you've grown even more beautiful. And it's like, whoa, they were so beautiful before, but now they're even more beautiful. Like, whoa. And going back to what I said in the beginning, how people see you and they think that you're already aware of your physical beauty and physical attractiveness or handsomeness, where they don't tell you because they think you already know. They think you're already aware of it. I feel like with you, also, like I said before, your smile is very memorable. And it's not just the way your smile looks, it's the feeling behind your smile. It's sort of like, you know, when you look at a person in a rom-com movie and they're smiling and you start to almost develop a crush on them and develop a crush on the love that those two people share together and like the feeling behind it. You start to feel into it. It's kind of giving me that vibe, like you give people that vibe. And I feel like you have that cute smile to you, but then also when it's time to be serious, when it's time to focus on what you need to do on your own growth, then you show up, then you're serious, then you're there for that. But I also feel like with you when it comes to dating, because I think I'm picking up on a lot of people that have been attracted to you romantically on their energies and what they would find memorable about you, because I feel like like I said, a lot of people crush on you, so I'm picking up on that mostly. And you sort of give off this vibe of like, I'm cute and loving and all these things, but I'm not here to play games. If you want to be with me, you have to be serious about me. You have to really be focused on me and put in the work. You're not going to get the benefits of all my love that I can give that will always be there. There will be an endless supply of that love without putting in the work. That's kind of what I get here. And something about that is quite sexy. Where it's like, when you take yourself seriously, not just when it comes to dating, but also when it comes to your work, your career, other things in your life, friendships. When you take yourself seriously, others naturally respect you. And something about that is quite sexy and memorable. Yeah, it's like you're not playing games, you're not playing around. When it comes to serious matters, you're focused. But I feel like you're also very nurturing and loving and kind as a person and sweet. So something about that is quite memorable in terms of your beauty. I know that's not part of your physical appearance, but it's like people see you and they see that outer beauty as well as the inner beauty. I feel like with strength, you have very strong features that stand out, that make you seen, that make you noticed. For example, I'm seeing some here that are quite tall, where you can really stand out. Or I'm seeing some here where you have defining features that are quite unique, where nobody has ever seen features like that before on a person. Or some of you, it has to do with your skin tone, where it's quite unique and it stands out in some way. I don't know what it is exactly. It could be different for all of you. For some of you, it could be your hair, could be your eyes, could be your body, could be your skin tone, could be dimples, or like a cute kind of feature on your face that not many people have, or freckles, or it could literally be anything. But there's something about you having strong defining features that stand out in some way, that get you noticed and seen. Even with the star here, you know, you're not meant to be in the background. I feel like your features make you stand out. They make you shine. I also feel like there's something about your lips that are very memorable, where people almost find your lips to be very kissable. And something about your eyes again. And when you smile, the way your eyes look, the cuteness of your face is quite memorable. I feel like you have a very animated kind of look on your face, a very expressive look on your face that is very cute and memorable. And when I say animated, it's almost like Spirit is showing me, some people they have, like, for example, they have very cute eyes where when they smile, they almost look like a cartoon character, but in a good way, in a very cute way. I'm seeing something like that for some here. I think your hair is also quite memorable where people notice it and remember it. The color of it, the texture of it, whether it's curled or straight, something about that's coming through. Your earrings or the jewelry you wear, that's also very memorable. So, Spirit is showing me a Rubik's Cube, right? Like when other people see your beauty, and Spirit is showing me like stacks of books, they would have to explain it in ways where they really go in depth, because I feel like you just have those unique kind of defining strong features on your face and body that it can't be explained in a few words or a few sentences. It's something where it can really be analyzed. It can be a little bit hard to describe your physical appearance and your beauty because it more so invokes a feeling with the Ace of Cups in the center of the reading that can't necessarily be explained by logic or words, but more so by the feeling. It's like if people had to describe your beauty and your physical appearance, it would seem more like poetry than what it would be of like an essay. I hope that makes sense. But if I had to even explain it like this, you have that type of beauty that makes people want to write poetry for you, that makes people like want to spoil you and give to you. And yeah, like that's what I'm getting here. And if people had to really describe your beauty, it would not just be one or two sentences, it would be like a whole poetry book or 3 or 4. That's what I'm getting here. And Spirit is showing me a hairbrush as I close my eyes. So something about your hair, the way you style it, the way you brush it, the color of your hair, the texture of your hair, that definitely comes through strongly. You look like you also have a very intelligent face. You look very elegant in your physical beauty, physical appearance, and that's quite memorable. You have this look on your face of like determination and focus and like I know what I'm doing. You look very self-sufficient and you carry yourself with grace. You can also be very charming in some way with your words, with your intelligence, with your knowledge. And I know that's not a physical feature, but it comes through your voice. So there's something about your voice and the words you use and the conversations you have with people that are quite memorable. And I keep seeing eyes, eyes, eyes. Something about your eyes. I'm also seeing a bouquet of flowers. So again, you have that physical appearance that makes people want to give to you. And Spirit is showing me an arrow, someone wanting to shoot their shot with you, flirt with you. And images of people kissing. So again, your lips are quite kissable. Yeah, and there's something about like when you're just happy, when you're just smiling, when you're just going with the flow of life, in love with life, you shine even brighter. I feel like this pile has also dealt with a lot of jealousy because of how attractive you are. Where sometimes people even see your beauty and feel your beauty and feel sort of enamored by it or mesmerized by it in some way, but then they try to hide it because they're jealous of you. And there's something about when you are also in this state of self-love, your physical appearance is more memorable because you're truly shining more. You're not hiding yourself away from the world. and you're standing out and you're letting yourself be seen in that. So I think for you, I'm finding it quite hard to describe words of what I'm seeing because, like I said before, your physical appearance and beauty and handsomeness or attractiveness invokes more so a feeling in people of like falling in love, or like that type of feeling, or wanting to be friends with you, wanting to form a relationship to you. And I'd say there's a lot of cuteness here in this pile that is so memorable, where like you have that ability to stay on people's minds and stay on people's hearts for a long time. I don't feel like you're just a pretty face, like almost like if I had to see you in a magazine, I wouldn't just see you as a pretty face that I'd forget. I'd see you as like that person I'd obsess like with or crush on or something like that. Where, okay, like let's say you see fashion models and you see them and then later on you kind of forget, but they were so beautiful. But it's like with you, it's unforgettable, the feeling you kind of invoke in people. So this is what I have for you, pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading.